Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of New to Weeaboo. This is number 171 for April 29th, 2026. I am Nemesis and I'm joined by Alcatraz.
Hello.
I didn't really see a whole lot of anime news that caught my eye, like, at all.
Yeah.
Really? Because, I don't know, it's maybe just slow or I just didn't see it. I don't know, probably something
Combo of
I
the
just
both.
didn't see. Yeah, so, beyond that, I've just been kind of watching the stuff for this episode, essentially. That's about it, because I'm afraid to, clog up my brain with other stuff.
Right. Yeah, that's always a fun part. It's like, I'm going to watch all these things, and then you forget about the things that you need to actually talk about.
Yeah, because I want to talk about this one. Yeah, so I guess we'll just jump right into it. So once again, it's another new season, which means we're looking at another 4 random anime for the season, for the first 3 episodes of them. Of course, 3 of them random, one of them was chosen, because one of the ones that was randomly chosen, I was like, no.
Yeah, sometimes we let ourselves...
that looks terrible.
We let ourselves have one buy-in.
Just in case. We exercise it every single time, because every single time there's something like, oh, I really don't want to, or that I just really, really, really want to watch this.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go ahead and start off with, I guess the first one. The first one I was chosen was Jisho Akuyaku Reijo Nan Konyakusha no Kanatsu Kiroku, or an observation log of my fiancee who calls herself a villainess.
Those long visual novel names.
Yep. And this is the one isekai.
The one isekai, but it's a little different.
Yeah. So the main character is actually the prince of this nation, whatever. I don't even know I don't think I mentioned the name. Cecil Glow Alfasta. And he eventually meets his betrothed, very young, because that's how they did things. And apparently he's also the other thing. He's also very much a genius, essentially. But he meets his betrothed, who's Bertia Ilbil Noches, who then openly declares herself a villainess.
Yep.
Because apparently she's been reincarnated. It's like, oh, okay. Anyway, he finds her kind of interesting, and so, the thing is, eventually she kind of, open this about this, winds up making her tell him about the future events, which he kind of alters, which alters things further for her. And he actually seems to, again, he finds her interesting and entertaining, but then eventually, as we see as they get older, because eventually jumps to them in the academy, which is where the game takes place, he starts feeling something which is, this isn't just entertainment. What is this? Gee, I wonder. Do you wonder what that is? Meanwhile, also the chosen heroine of the game, Haruna Indiran, which very on the nose there.
Nose.
She shows up, and something's up with her, which they haven't quite said yet, but I think I suspect I know what's going on. Regardless, my feelings about this anime is kind of mixed, to say the least.
Yeah.
There's a couple things about it which I'm not really a fan of, but there's other stuff which is really, I think, honestly, pretty funny or really entertaining, to say the least, about it. For one thing, there's one. They very quickly established Cecil is a genius. He was one of the first things that shows him figuring out the mathematic equation that no one's ever seen before, and or a mathematic proof, I think. He also was the one who figured out because Bertia told him about a coming plague, I guess, which eventually would take her mother, and because of what she told him, he was able to synthesize essentially an antidote.
Yep. Well
beforehand, so the plague was kind of muted. In fact, very few people died at all once it was discovered discovered, so including Bertia's mother. And because of that, that's one big alteration. Now, because Bertia's mother didn't die, Bertia now has a younger brother.
Yep.
Oh. So, that's one thing is, one of my big criticisms about this is Cecil is too perfect.
He's boring.
Because of that, he's boring. Because he's just too perfect.
Yes, I get it. He's the ultimate prince. He's supposed to be perfect, but still.
Unless they're going somewhere with this, which is, because, if their whole thing is, of course he's perfect because he's a fictional character from a video game who's supposed to be highly desirable to the player. And this is them kind of dragging him eventually they drag him to a point of, he actually shows real flaws. Because the only real flaw so far we've seen is that, sometimes he forgets that people don't understand things as thoroughly as he does, right? Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much his only real flaw so far.
His flaw is that he's too perfect sometimes. He's too good.
Yeah. And that makes him sometimes blind to the fact that some people just don't understand the same way he does.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Yeah.
And he comes across as a little cold.
Yeah.
When he doesn't understand that either. But beyond, it's kind of annoying a little bit. And the main character is too perfect, so he's kind of boring, and that's kind of a problem. Like, I'm like, it's harder to get invested when I just don't care about the main character
you
that
just
much.
don't care about it. Like, the character you're supposed to be, like, invested in is a secondary character. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. And then Bertia is actually a pretty entertaining character.
Yeah, the one that feels like we're supposed to be, but she's the secondary character.
She's entertaining. She's weird and goofy, and sometimes just, she's kind of, it's pretty clear she's really trying desperately to make sure that the game plays out correctly, but she keeps messing it up for various reasons, including her catching feelings, of course, for the prince.
Yeah.
Like,
she's not the brightest.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, and also just like, I don't want to say airheaded, but kind of that sort of.
She's I would say very much one-track minded.
Yeah. But she also doesn't fully think things through. She just kind of
wings it.
Yeah.
The other thing, one little thing which is a little annoying was in the game, Bertia is a bit, let's say, heavy set.
Oh, yeah, and, the beginning of that.
That was changed because now Bertia is, I guess, like all the other girls, and then she's thinner.
Yeah, there was a bit of minor fat shaming in the beginning of it, which wasn't great.
It's one of those things that you just could have cut that entirely and it wouldn't have affected nothing.
Completely unnecessary.
Yeah, there's also this other thing they had that there's like spirits and like.
Yeah,
like,
from what I gather,
like
apparently.
A weird thing, like it's kind of a secret, sort of.
Yeah.
Like the main populace does not know about them.
Also, apparently neither do the players from outside the game, because from what I gather, not even Bertia knew that there were spirits.
Yeah, I guess.
So, not actually in the game, but they exist here.
I'm not sure if that was the case.
Because it seemed like when was it Cecil? Yeah, when Cecil explained it, Bertie was surprised, which is like, she played the game, she would know.
Girl, yeah, Cecil has one which takes form as his little butler person guy. Then Bertia winds up with one that's basically the fox girl thing with the ears. And that's the other thing, people don't see the ears.
Yep.
And also Heronia has one who's a bird.
But
it's really just as a bird.
It's a burb.
Yeah. Bertia gets herself a fan club / harem thing somehow. One of them who's like a second cousin to the prince, who's basically, the problem is they hate each other because they're basically the same person.
Yep.
And they hate that. It's one of those things. It's like, oh no, I have to deal with myself. Ugh.
But Cecil, being the perfect person he is, understands how to make use of that.
Yeah, I will agree. But yeah, that's the thing is, the cousin was Joanna, who also has a fancy's Bertia a little bit. Yeah, she has her own machina because they're all both like do this whole thing where they investigate everyone around Bertia to make sure they don't do anything. And then who's the most suspicious? Heronia. Yeah, that's the thing is Heronia. It's like her behavior, including just at the very last episode, which I think Heronia finally is coming into her own, which is okay. That's kind of funny. It was her trying really hard to follow the plot of the game, and it's not quite working because there's a bit in the game where Cecil gives a red rose to Heronia instead of Bertia, but then Bertia gets a whole like pot full of blue roses.
Yep.
And so then you have Heronia trying to force it forward by talking about the rose that Cecil gave her. I was like, what?
Never did that.
Yeah. And then the whole I'm sleeping and only someone wake me up.
Yeah, that whole thing.
Cough.
Yes.
And yeah, it's Bertia sitting there. I'm wondering. It's like, I don't know if Bertie and Heronia are conspiring together at that point, or
they're both trying to do the same thing. Whether or not they're working together to do it, I don't know. But
regardless, it's pretty clear Heronia has the same knowledge that Bertia does.
Yeah, because we saw like there was like at the end of episode 1 or whatnot when the first time we see Heronia and she meets her spirit bird, she touches and all of a sudden you can see she makes a realization. I'm assuming that was the moment of reincarnation or whatnot.
Well, the way that some of these work is you reincarnate, but then something happens that makes you regain your memories of your past.
Yeah, and that's what. Yeah, I remember my past life now.
But her getting frustrated when she does something and then doesn't seem to play out the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, it's obvious. Yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing is, like, I sound the OP like her getting angry. It makes me wonder if like that's the thing is that's the thing it's going to be revealed is like the person who reincarnated Heronia is actually kind of a bad person.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling here.
Yeah. But the other thing I would say, at least at this point, I'm not sure if this is going to continue on, but boy, howdy, there's a lot of time skipping in the first 3 episodes.
There is it's all over the place.
So it's a little. Oh, okay, we're here now.
Yep.
It just jumps forward multiple times.
We got to quickly get from they're kids and explain the beginning of it, and now nope, we got to get into the game time frame.
Handled particularly.
No.
It's just how elegantly.
Yeah.
So it's a little.
You know what would be interesting? I don't think so. There's not enough evidence for it. But maybe Cecil's also reincarnated. And that's why he knows everything and is so perfect.
Perhaps, but I feel like...
And it would be like, the only way I could connect that is one, he knows everything, and maybe something with the spirits.
Yeah, maybe.
The spirits hang around the reincarnated one.
Yeah, the other thing is we also seen is the other, I guess, quote-unquote capture targets are now showing up as of episode 3, although they have. So far, we're just kind of seeing the very basic minimum archetype, but we're not much else because, well, they just were introduced.
Yeah, they were, yeah.
One of them was supposed to be like, what was it? Like adopted by Bertia's family, but because of thing changes, he no longer is. Now he's been...
Yeah. But, Bertia mentioning that to Cecil made Cecil reach out and get him adopted by someone anyway. Just so he could still join in the academy.
Yeah, so, like, it's a weird mixed bag. I don't know. I might give it a few other shots. It's like, I think for me, what's hinging on is whether or not the time skip crap keeps going on. If at this point, okay, we're done with that, okay, I'll keep going, I think.
For me, there's a couple...
There's also if it makes Cecil more interesting.
Yeah, Cecil's got to be more interesting. Something's got to change with him. Also, I'm afraid that the heroine's just going to be annoying.
I'm not.
For me personally, just some of the character personality types, I could find it just be a little grating after a while. Right. But Cecil's the big worry. It's like, if he keeps being just perfect like that,
Right. This anime was done by Ashi Productions, who have done some notable things: Minky Momo, Macross 7, the Sailor Moon movies, You're Under Arrest, Beast Wars 2nd / Neo, Death Note, and The Holy Grail of Eris. Cecil is played by Yusuke Kobayashi, who played Honoka Takamiya in Witchcraft Works, Subaru Natsuki in Re:Zero.
Re:Zero?
Big name.
That's a big one, yeah.
Riku Mikami in Gundam Build Divers. Senku Ishigami in Dr. Stone, the main character.
Yeah.
Naoto in Rock is a Lady's Modesty. Remember that one band of the golf boys? Yeah. One of those guys. Bertie is played by Miyu Tomita, who's played Gabriel Tenma White in Gabriel Dropout. Rico in Made in Abyss. Shutari Panlunch in Witch from Mercury. Karane Inda in 100 Girlfriends. And Kyui Watase in Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night.
Jellyfish.
Watase. And Heronia is played by Yume Miyamoto, who's played Mahiro Kasumi in Aikatsu Stars, Rika Takarada in SSSS Gridman,
Rika Takarada, yep.
Haruka Murakami in Frag Time, Nika Nanura in Witch from Mercury, and Rouge Red Star in Metallic Rouge. So those are the ones I'm going to focus on because those are pretty much like the main characters.
Yep.
So we'll go ahead and move on to the next one, which is very different. This was called Niwatori Fighter or Rooster Fighter. No, it's not about cockfights, believe it or not.
not in the way
Nor is it
you're
about
thinking.
punching roosters or anything. In fact, in this, it's the roosters doing kind of the fighting, although not with other roosters.
Not with other roosters.
He's fighting demons. See, it's a rooster named Keiji who fights demons, and he has like a special cluck that can do a lot of damage and everything. The whole premise is, he's going around fighting demons because his sister Sarah was eaten by a demon and looks like, as episode 3 was probably made part of the demon.
Yep.
And the special voice thing, and he winds up meeting a little chick named Pyoko, or he names Pyoko, and a hen named Elizabeth, who he apparently has a past history with, and that's kind of where we're at. And she's also really well organized and kind of like has a bunch of information, knows how to use a smartphone, and has a special electrified baton, and
Yeah, she's also come from a rich family.
Yeah. That's where we're at. It's a weird one. And that's it's really, really weird. And I think that's the whole thing is basically we're kind of taking a fairly stereotypical like anime of this sort of, kind of, I don't know, fighting shonen?
Yeah.
Seinen, I guess. Anime.
Yeah.
And just instead the main character is a rooster.
He's a rooster to throw just some weirdness into it.
Yeah, let's just take a fairly typical story because I feel like particularly in episode 3, like they're really making fun of a lot of the trope.
Yeah,
But it's chickens.
but it's chickens.
Like there's a bit in the OP where like we have Elizabeth like lying there as much as I hate to say this, she's lying. We have a chicken lying there seductively. And it's like, yeah, all right, we're doing some stuff here. All right.
Yeah, well, they definitely do stuff quite a few times.
Yeah. And so the things they can show it because it's just chickens.
It's just chickens.
It's chickens. You see this on a farm all the time.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine to show that.
Chicken banging.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Yep. It can be quite crude at times.
Yeah. So that's kind of it. Really, it's really weird. It's very clearly largely CG. If almost entirely CG, I think.
Yeah, but it blends fairly well.
Works.
Yeah, it works pretty well.
There's a lot of it's just that's the thing is it takes itself seriously. I think that's part of why it works.
Yes.
It takes itself seriously, even though it's like this is stupid.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it takes itself seriously enough.
Yeah,
and in the right ways.
Yep.
But yeah, there is some interesting like. I am curious about the lore that they're putting into this and the little bit of world building.
Like the demons appeared a while ago.
And apparently the demons are from people who are like overworked, overstressed, and they like hit their limit and turn into this big demon.
Well, some of them apparently aren't as hostile as the others.
Yeah, and then we learn, there's now new variants, and some aren't hostile, some are friendly. And sometimes when you defeat them, it doesn't kill the person, it releases them.
Yep.
So
sums it up.
Yeah, there's something interesting going on there.
Because the thing was, Pyoko was, kind of owned by this Yakuza guy who got taken advantage of by his own brother. Yeah, he turned into a demon, and then after Keiji fought him, he was there he is, like, looks half starved, but he's alive. And that's the other thing is, like, what was it?
There's that one particular demon, though.
Yeah, the one he's looking with the mark on his neck.
Yep, has a mark on his neck, looks highly intelligent.
Has a chicken hand.
Yeah, and now has a chicken hand because that's apparently,
That's the thing. Keiji's whole motivation is he's got to avenge his sister, and he just goes around. That's the thing. We see he's a bit of a womanizer, and like he goes around like literally having just one night stands all the time, and this, we have the thing where at one point he has one night stand, and he decides to go. Oh, maybe I'll just go back this time. I'll actually go back, and nope, she's already with another rooster.
Another rooster.
And this is how I think Elizabeth, her whole motivation was revenge on Keiichi for breaking her heart. Although, as we see, she tries to attack him, and eventually it's like, oh no, do I still have feelings for him?
Yep.
And of course, it's the other thing, which how do you draw chickens kissing? I guess like that. You have to actually think about that. Like, how would that work?
How does it work with a beak?
Yeah.
Just ask furries.
Of course, that's
dealing
the
with
funny
that
thing.
for a while.
You have the thing of the fight, and then he kisses her, and then, there they are having chicken sex on the street.
Yep.
And Pyoko has a weird crush on Keiji, and Keiji's just completely oblivious to it.
Or just doesn't want to acknowledge it.
Regardless,
because,
he doesn't really acknowledge it. And, of course, Elizabeth, when Pyoko starts complaining about, wait, have you laid hands on this child? What? No.
No.
He didn't visit the island. So, and also it's a weird thing because Keiji is drawn to be kind of weirdly muscular despite the fact he's a chicken.
Despite,
It's very strange, but kind of in a good way.
Yes.
So I kind of want to keep watching it just because, like, what?
Yeah, the weirdness of it, just like, this is so weird. But I also just want to see how weird it gets.
Yeah.
Where do they take this?
Now, I know there's another character we haven't seen yet because he's appeared in the OP and he appears in the poster and everything, but he hasn't actually appeared in the anime yet.
As of 3 episodes, yeah.
Although apparently like 6 or 7 episodes are out now because this one came out early for the season. Regardless, This was done by Sanzigen, who have done Black Rock Shooter,
Nice.
the original.
Yep.
The Index movie, remember way back then. A lot of the Bang Dream stuff, minus like basically season 1, pretty much everything else they've done. So all the CG, which makes sense. Several of the initial D movies, and several whole live MVs, including Polkas, Marines, Watames, and Mikos, and D4DJ as well. So yeah, a lot of the CG stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they know what they're doing on that front.
They definitely do.
Yeah, but KG is played by Kenta Miyake, who's played Sakaki or / Giovanni in Pocket Monsters / Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Vector in Sonic X. Omega Supreme in Transformers Super Link. Schnitzer in Bodacious Space Pirates. Remember him, the guy with the weird, like, vertical horn things. Or not vertical, but horizontal horn things. And he played a ton of smaller roles. But also, probably his most well-known role is All Might in My Hero Academia.
I'm about to say, like, the biggest name right there. It's All Might.
Yeah. And Pyoko is played by Shiori Izawa, who played Nozomi Konparu and Moyoko Goto and Midoriko Sono in Girls Unpanzer. 3 different roles. They all look the same, too. That was the thing. I was confused. This is the same picture. Corporate says let's find.
Yep.
Nanachi in Made in Abyss.
Yep.
Micha Jawaken in Simple Gear. Sophie Polona in Witch from Mercury. That's one of the bad witches. Quote unquote bad witches. Yeah. Pochita in Chainsaw Man. And Minnie the Lady in Cinderella Grey.
Yep.
And Elizabeth is played by Mariko Honda, who's Yuko Aoi in Nichijou.
Nichijou.
The brown-haired one, if you don't remember. Mazinger Z in Robot Girl Z. Yuri Jahad in Tower of God, if you remember that one.
Tower of God.
And Welsi, and this one I just put in just because, oh, hey, we talked about this. Welsi Monkathi in Roll Over and Die. They're Welshi, I don't remember. Yeah, that's
some decent names.
That's the Rooster Fighter one. Not much else to say, really. It's really weird, and probably should go look at it for yourself.
Yeah.
So we'll just move on. So the next one is Hime Kishiwa Babaroi no Yome, or the Warrior Princess and the Barbaric King. So it starts off with warrior princess, warrior princess, captain, whatever.
Yep.
She's a princess, but she's wearing a suit of armor.
Yeah.
Her name is Serafina de Levelant. And she's a captain in this army, and she's part of this whole Eastern campaign to get resources for her kingdom because things are kind of going bad. She gets defeated in battle by clearly an enemy leader for the barbarians, and she gets captured because of it. Eventually, then, she wakes up and, oh no, I'm chained up, and then it turns out, he just has declared he wants her as his bride, and she is here now to be his bride, and she's free to basically kind of do whatever.
Sort of, yeah.
More or less. But of course, the whole thing there is, oh wow, cultural shock. Well, these people aren't as barbaric as I thought they were, and yeah.
That's basically
that's it. Yeah, the barbarian guy is named Vior, and he has a assistant apprentice, someone named Circe. Again, this is a odd one for me.
It seems kind of like this is not a new storyline.
No, it's not a new concept at all.
It is not a new storyline.
The culture
it's your
shock.
standard. Oh, the good guys find out the bad guy is not so bad.
Yeah. In fact, I might be one of the bad guys.
Yeah, are we the baddies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm certain that's what's gonna end up because they already hinted at that too before she got captured. She was in the battle. Oh, the nobles are.
People are upset about the fact this princess is so hell bent on being a knight.
Well, that and at the party she was overhearing all the nobles talk about how good the war is for their profits.
Mm-hmm. Makes you wonder.
It's the whole thing, like how much you want to bet this whole thing and all the fact that the kingdom is doing bad is because the nobles are just harvesting all the resources for themselves and just that kind of thing.
The upper classes once again.
Yep, the elites are just screwing everyone over for their own benefit.
It's their fault over there, so we have to go. Well, actually, they claim. Serafina claims she says she's fighting because we need resources and they have them.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, the whole thing is her prowess on battlefield was so impressive to Vior that he says he fell in love immediately.
Yes, because apparently that's the big thing with the barbarians, the barbarian men especially. They appreciate a good fighter.
The chiefs.
Yeah.
Really like the vault. That's the thing. Apparently his mother was in fact a captured warrior.
Yep.
So it's like,
Hmm.
Yeah, so there's also a bit weird bit thanks to thanks to just, I guess, miscommunication, misunderstanding. She wakes up in his bedroom and he's naked because, well,
Apparently, modesty is just different over there.
also
Their concept of modesty is different.
That's a penis.
Oh, yeah.
It's glowing because
And,
censorship weirdness.
Yeah, that whole thing. It's like,
Yeah, she freaks out. What are you doing? Oh my God, what'd you do to me? It's like, why would I not be in my bedroom? Why am I in your bedroom? Oh, we put you here because you passed out.
yeah.
Of course, the question is, why did they put her in his bedroom? I guess
That-
probably because she's his bride to be, right?
Well, also, gotta protect her.
There's also, but yeah, Serafina meets some women who basically are widows because their husbands died in battle, and like she feels super guilty because it's possible she killed them.
Yep.
Or she gave the order that got them killed, or whatever. And they're like, it's not. They're like, they don't know what to do because like it's not really like it's like they have very much a culture which is kind of, it's just expected you'll die in battle.
Yeah, they expect that the men will grow up because they're
Not just
always
the men
in
even
battle.
are,
It might
really.
not. Yeah, it might not be in battle with an army. It might be in battle
With
with
the dragon.
dragons or other monsters that they're constantly fighting.
Yeah, so like they're less like, I don't know. They're like, I don't know how to handle this guilt you have.
Yeah. Like, why are you freaking out so much?
Yeah, because it's like they can tell that there's like a genuine good intent there, but that's not. Yeah, because again, culture clash.
Yeah, well, then the other thing is when all the other chiefs show up and she's like, "Oh God, they're all gonna try to go after me for revenge," and
Yeah,
it's
they're
like,
they're
nope.
like, oh, she's so cool.
Yeah, it's just like she's a great fighter. We just want to spar.
We want to
because-
fight her because she seems cool.
Yeah,
And that's the thing. That have some dragons, chicken dragons.
chicken dragons. That is an interesting thing that they introduce as far as like
different
world
kinds of
building.
dragons.
All of these different kinds of dragons, and apparently most are herbivores.
I don't know.
And a lot
Regardless,
of
they attack and fends one off with a pair of fire tongs.
fire tongs. Yeah.
And it's like she actually gets a good hit, a couple good instances, but eventually the problem is the weapon.
The weapon breaks. Also, it's like you're a trained warrior. Use your fists and feet.
I'm not sure if that's going to work. And some people buy some training. He's like, yeah, that ain't going to work on this.
It's better than just standing there and let it happen.
Yeah, it's because eventually it's like, I did all I could. I saved them, I guess. Well, I guess I can die. And then he showed up and acknowledges.
slices it.
The other thing is he at least acknowledges that she did, the fighting thing. But like, it's still a little annoying that she had to be saved by him.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, actually, I wish she kind of, just more of just a cool moment where she actually kills the thing. But no,
Yeah. That would be
even if
nice.
it was like an unusual way. But
Yeah.
regardless, the other thing, just for me, there's a couple things about this which make me a little uncomfortable. Namely, the whole, you're captured, now you're going to be a bride thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like they ostensibly say she has a choice, but like, okay, what if she says no? Then what?
Then what?
Like, what's actually going to happen if she said no?
Like the one time that was brought up, he just laughed and said,
You're not going to choose.
"You're not.
no.
You're
not going to say no.
You're not going to say no."
Which is like, wow,
That's
cocky.
not-
that's a kind of a turnoff. But hey.
Yeah.
The other thing is, of course, she gets all blushy when he shaves and is like, "Oh no, he's hot."
Yeah.
Because that's a whole weird thing.
Yeah.
It's like, in particular in Japan, it's like, being clean shaven is much more desirable than scruffy, I guess,
Yeah.
and so on and so forth. But regardless,
The
that bothers me. Just simply
Yeah.
that it's just, it's like, oh, cool. And then the other thing, I was worried. It doesn't seem they're going down that road too bad, but I was worried about them kind of dipping into noble savage territory.
Oh. Yeah.
But they're not. It's just different civilization.
It's just a different civilization.
And it's because and the whole thing, the barbarian came from the Romans, who just called everyone who wasn't Roman a barbarian.
Yep. And they're the esteemed, and everyone else
Mhm.
is just some savage, which is not the only culture that's done that before.
Yeah, because they show that this culture is just plain different. It's not. That's not like. Of course, there is some things. I think I saw something talk about this. I saw this, which is, for culture, the culture must be doing something right if they produce something. Someone trained that well. Serafina.
Mhm.
Serafina's trained that well, can fight that good. The culture must be doing something right, or at least someone, because I think she was trained partially by her grandfather, at least.
Yeah. But
That
she
was
had
the
to
thing.
fight for it because no one else wanted to train
Yeah.
her because no, women don't fight.
Yeah,
You
because
have to go
we
get
see that.
married.
Yeah, how, we all see all these bad things about her culture. Women are seen as second class. We see again the whole thing. It seems like the nobility are profiting off everything, versus while the common person is suffering. And
Yeah.
and also possibly lying to the populace about why they have to, about the war in the first place, and so on and so forth. It's just it's the usual thing. I get it, and the whole thing is like, that kind of challenging the idea that quote unquote Western civilization is inherently superior.
Yeah.
So it's got its points, but it's just something about it just kind of is like,
yeah.
It gets that central premise is the thing.
Yeah. And they haven't fully revealed exactly what their quote-unquote message is, if they ever will. Sometimes they just kind of beat around the bush the whole series and go nowhere with it.
We got a glimpse of it, but I want to see more of Seraphina actually being supposedly the warrior she's supposed to be.
Yes, that would be nice, because
we got a glimpse, but she
she's
still had to be saved by her.
Yep, she's a helpless damsel in distress that has to be saved.
Yeah, it's just a little frustrating.
It is.
Sometimes
and her constant I get from her perspective, with everything she supposedly knows about barbarians, but the constant I don't trust, and surely this must be a trick, surely this is a trick, surely this is a trick.
Her constantly being wrong about everything is also getting a little frustrating.
Like I said, I kind of get it, because everything she's seeing flies in the face of everything she's been told. So she's struggling to come to terms with it, but it is getting a bit annoying. That, and sometimes the artwork. The animation's a little... I
don't like the design of her dress. The blue one. It looks weird.
It does look a little weird.
It's like they're trying to have this whole thing. Oh, look, it emphasizes her boobs, but also her pecs.
Yeah, I don't know. But also just the animation sometimes is a little... Stiff. And then the CG chicken dragon stood out like a sore thumb to me. It was like, that's a bit rough.
Yeah, one thing I will appreciate is at least when she was captured, she was topless, but also they actually drew her with actual muscle definition, so that's something.
That's something.
Like, okay, yeah, she should have muscle definition. She's a warrior.
Yeah, she's supposed to be like one of the strongest.
Yeah, that was the other thing, was she impressed him, because she actually stood up to him pretty hard, like no one,
Actually traded a few blows, which most couldn't even do that,
because he also has that weird shout thing, which okay, that's actually supernatural. Some sort of power is that shout. It's not just he's loud. It's there's something there. Yeah,
the thundering voice.
Yeah.
So there's some potentially interesting things, but
I'm still kind of like,
yeah. There's a bunch of other things about it that's just like, I'm not so certain.
Yeah, so it's an odd one.
It is.
I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know whether I want to give it another shot or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, so regardless, beyond that, this was done by the studio is called Jumondo, who have done My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute.
Oh, no.
Yuri.
Oh.
Yeah, I Shall Survive Using Potions. We did that. We talked about that a while ago. The
I remember that one. Not so great.
Yeah, Villainous level 99. I may be the hidden boss, but I'm not the demon lord. That's a more recent one.
Yeah.
And of these three people, because that's another thing. We got another thing which is clear. There's looks like a nun type girl or something who's appeared in the OP and is in the poster and everything, but has not actually appeared in the anime yet, so I can't talk about her yet because we don't know anything about her. She just seems a little odd from what I've seen in the OP, but regardless, the three main characters we have so far, Seraphina is played by Sayumi Suzushiro, who played Akira Ono in High School Girl, Nijika Ichiji in Bocchi the Rock,
nice,
Pilse Dunant in Shy, Lawine in Frieren, Sotono Crown in Uma Musume, and Scarlet Castile in The Holy Grail of Eris. Viore has actually not done a whole lot. He's played by Satoshi Inomata, who, again, not mostly minor roles, but he's played Kotaro Murata in Catch Me at the Ballpark, which came out like a season or two ago, and Ryota Adatara in City, the animation.
Yep.
And Circe is played by Hana Hishikawa, who played Yui Nagome in Precure, Kurumi Mirai in The Stories of Girls Who Couldn't Be Magicians. Remember that one?
I remember that one.
Yeah, the main character. Nika Katori in Duel Monsters Lost, and Minami Shuinji in The Shuinji Family Children. So, move on to the fourth and final, and probably best one.
Probably the best one. Yeah, I don't think it's even in comparison.
Tongari Boshi no Atelier, or Witch Hat Atelier.
Yep.
This was one that, like, when I saw, yes, it was coming out this season, like, oh, great, we're watching that regardless.
Yeah, this one's going on the list.
This is going on the list regardless of anything. So, this one is, well, hey, surprise, it's a fantasy, medieval fantasy-ish world. It means opens up with a Pegasus carriage, except the Pegasus are a little different than normal. Namely, their wings are on their heads.
On the heads or necks, yeah.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's about a girl named Coco who desperately wants to be, a witch. Likes magic, but unfortunately, she cannot use it because, magic's only for those who are very select few. You have to be born with the ability to use magic.
Yep.
She eventually, there's someone who shows up at her place, which her and her mom apparently like tailors of sorts.
Tailors, seamstresses, yeah.
And there's a witch there whose name is Kifri, and he's a witch, and
he's a witch.
Unfortunately, the Pegasus chariot was broken, and he said, "I can fix it, but you have to not bother me." And he fixes it, but it turns out, he starts drawing symbols, and she's like excited because she sees it. And when she sees it, she realizes, there's a realization about it, and she remembers that magic book she was sold way back when she was a little kid. So she starts drawing the symbols,
and they work.
Turns out that whole thing about being born to use magic is kind of wrong. But yeah, she uses. But then the problem is she then draws a symbol which she really shouldn't have. She didn't know because she was just drawing the symbols. She didn't know what it did.
Yep.
But anyway, when she did, it's apparently a corruption magic, and it spread throughout the whole house, including on her mother.
Yep.
She was narrowly saved by Kifri, who's like, "What the hell did you just do?" But anyway, takes her on as an apprentice and takes her to his atelier. Hence the name.
Yep.
Yeah, so she winds up meeting Rike and Tetia, who are also apprentices, and then also Agat, who's a very serious apprentice. From there, by the end of the third episode, we see she finds out about the trials you're supposed to go through to become a witch, and she kind of be forcibly pushed into the first trial, even though for various reasons she probably shouldn't have been doing that.
Yep.
And she does succeed anyway, and regardless, there's a whole thing. We also learn of some bits about the other witches, including there was another one called Illyria. And there's apparently some potentially what looks like sounds like they're bad witches. They call them the brimmed hats. They sound like they're bad news the way they're talking about them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the premise so far. Oh my god! One, this is gorgeous to look at.
Absolutely gorgeous.
And two, it very much has hits the right vibes of everything. If to me, I acken it to it has the general vibe of Freerun, but also with kind of a lot of the bits of Little Witch Academia sprinkled in.
Yeah, the world building of Freerun.
And even the style, I would say.
Yep,
it's very stylistically similar to Freerun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which is not a
same
bad thing.
sort of fantasy era in architectural styles and settings. And even just the art style too.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm definitely gonna be wanting to keep up with this one.
Mm-hmm. Coco's pretty much Coco's just Akko, and Agat is just Diana.
Yeah.
I've seen this thing before. Guess who's being shipped together? Of course, I saw someone complain about, listen, all of us who are trying this, people who watch the manga, who read the manga, are all like, listen, you have to give Agat a chance. Trust me. Yes, I know she comes across real bad right now, but just trust me.
Yeah.
'Cause, that's the thing is, Agat sets Coco up to fail intentionally.
Purposely forces her into a test that she knows is not supposed to be viable.
Because she doesn't want her there.
Yeah.
Because she's an outsider.
Yeah, for multiple reasons. Because she joined the atelier before going through all the tests and trainings that all the rest of them did against regulation, because she's not even supposed to know that magic exists, much less be there doing it. She's supposed to know
that she can do it.
She doesn't know how it's supposed to work. And now she's here. They did all this work to get here, and she just shows up one day with no effort. And that's where she's really miffed. You shouldn't be here. You don't belong here. I did all this work, and I'm better, and you don't belong.
Not only sets her up to fail, but sets her up with the potential with the idea she might die.
Yeah.
And she is like, whatever.
Yep.
Oh well, I'll lose a pair of shoes in the process. Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of messed up, but also because after she succeeds, she just leaves. She just walks off like nothing. Just not even a congratulations. Just walks away because she almost looks like she's upset.
Yeah, she probably is.
Yeah,
because her plan failed.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Because they say straight up, just tells Coco, who doesn't know any better, like, yeah, you need to take this. Don't worry about it. If you can't do this, you can't be a witch and everything. And it was like, and yeah, Kifri's like, what? No, she's not supposed. It's too dangerous. It's the worst time to do this.
Yep. Yeah, because apparently the range, the Dada range, is what they're called. This was the third episode. They're big flying balls of dirt and whatnot. Apparently. And there's a special flower
she has to get
that's on one of them that they have to go and grab and get. So they have to have enough magic capability to get up there. Basically, they need to fly. But apparently, from what I'm getting, is different times of the year change how high those are floating above
at the
the
point
ground.
they're at the highest.
And they're at the highest and the hardest to reach. She does it anyway by being rather creative with the stuff that she finds.
Yeah, because she kind of uses the lesson she's learned from being her mother's apprentice as a tailor to apply to magic, because
Yep, it's all about drawing, and she was struggling drawing things, but then she remembered she's very good with the right tool. She's used to holding these rocks, specially made rocks, to tracing on patterns on fabric before she cuts them, and she was very good at that. So she did use that to create basically a flying. Well, she was going to make a flying boat, but it fell apart. So basically, she made the first iteration of a witch's broom.
Well, kind of. I would say it's a glider.
Yeah, almost like.
And then she's like, "You're not supposed to do." He's like, "You're not supposed to do that." It's like,
well, it worked.
It's like no one told me that. I was just kind of thrown into this.
Yep.
Yeah, it says the big thing here is she needs to learn enough so they can figure out what spell that was so they can counteract it to save her mom. And also there's a whole thing which she might be because of who sold her, that might be a link to these brimmed hats. And also the other thing is it seems like the person who sold her the book also was watching her do the test.
Yes, at the very end we saw that a seed is sprouted.
Yep.
Yeah, a seed has sprouted. So she's expecting this. So what I'm kind of theorizing on something, especially because Kifre doesn't seem to fully agree with the other witches either.
Forgot that he seems to be the maverick.
He seems to be a bit of a maverick too. I'm wondering, because we were told they hid the magic capability because people started abusing it.
People started figuring out how to hurt each other with magic in very horrifying ways.
Which this is not an unheard of storyline before. But I'm wondering, based on a few things, that we're going to find out that the bad witches aren't 100% bad. I don't think they're going to be good. But what I'm thinking is Coco's the chosen one who's going to bring balance to the magic. Basically, I'm thinking the current magic leaders have started to let the power go to their heads and started changing things, and Kifre here is not super happy but can't really do much. But now we're going to have this new person, and these bad witches are doing something to shake the status quo up and make some changes, and we're going to see a new magic revolution.
Maybe.
That's my theory.
I don't know. I've heard this does actually was willing. I've heard rumblings that the manga gets kind of dark at times, so hey.
It could be. It could definitely be.
So we got Coco, who's very excitable and just the wide-eyed innocent one, and we got some goofiness with her, particularly, some very nice little bits with like her, trying to grab that one branch, and also there's that weird furry thing.
Oh yeah, the little
Fudumushi.
Yeah. Fudumushi.
Yep.
Yeah,
so we see that I get very serious, very stern, very aloof, very distant from the others. The Tetia, who's very excited and excitable and loud.
Very bouncy, very bubbly.
Shows her emotions on her sleeves for sure.
Yep.
And then you got Rike, who's very just quiet.
Very quiet,
subdued.
Reserved.
Yep. Yeah, so that's the Atelier, and we also have that magic portal. That's the thing, was that portal, you just spin it right and basically it's coordinates, and hey.
I mean, that's convenient because everything's based on those drawings.
Yep.
So you just have parts of the drawings in places, you can line them up.
The cool thing was like, it's like, you have to make a circle, and that basically what you draw inside the circle will basically dictates what the spell is and what it does and everything. If you draw the circle like lopsided, it'll actually aim a specific direction and stuff, rather than. But she learned that. When she learned that, she was able to use that to advantage when she made the glider thing. She was able to aim it in such a way that it points in a very specific direction, rather than just going up. She could go forward.
She aimed it the wrong direction, but
initially, but she was able to work it out.
Yep.
and so on and so forth. Or if you change a line, like which way the lines are pointing and how long each line is, and so on, all these things would adjust how the magic works, which is pretty cool. A little system.
Yeah.
Which also reminds me, the way that system works also reminds me of the Owl House.
Yeah.
Which is very similar to Little Witch Academia. It's just kind of funny to say, hey, we keep getting this sort of thing. It was like, yeah, it's so cool. So yeah, it definitely shows a lot of thought was put into how the magic works in this setting.
Yep. I love it when they do that, when they put that kind of lore and world building in where...
That's the thing, is also at the end of it, Coco gets her new outfit, her witch outfit, which it has the cone head.
Yep. That is one thing. Their witch hats are just cones, the tall cone style.
The brimmed hats, it's very clearly like we saw them a little bit here and there, but they're pretty clear the more traditional witch hats that people think of.
Yeah.
Which is like, again, evil.
Yep.
Typically representing kind of bad witches, so
Yeah, I wonder if they did that, if they were all wide brimmed, but then to try and differentiate themselves.
Whole sorts of things.
Yeah.
Might be even other factions entirely that have completely different kinds of hats. Who knows?
Could be. Just your hats.
Oh dear.
Baseball hat. Wait.
But yeah, generally this is amazing, and definitely the standout of the season so far. And I think that's almost a universal. Like, this is the standout anime of this season.
Mm-hmm.
And should definitely be watched.
Yeah,
because it looks gorgeous. It's got the same sort of those very vibes of other things, and the music, everything. So much about it so far has been amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. This is of our picks. This is easily number one.
Yeah. So this anime was done by Bug Films, who have done Psalm 100. Yep. And that's it. That's all they did so far. And so very new studio. They're kind of flexing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coco's played by Reina Motomura, who played Kyoka Kitahara in Mayabashi Witches. Marie Shadaran in Betrothed to My Sister's Ex, and a young Enrique Adelbide. Oh boy, it's one of those. It's a European name being run through a Japanese filter. In The Holy Grail of Eris. Not much else, actually. But Quifri, and this is the reason I mentioned that particular character, Quifri is played by Natsuki Nahane, who played Taichi Yagami in Digimon 10 Adventure Tri.
Digimon.
Sieg, and I think it's Sieg. Yeah, Sieg in Fate Apocrypha.
Fate.
Yeah. Taiyu Mitsuboshi in Happy Sugar Life. Yeah, that one guy who the main character worked with at one point, and then things went really bad for him. Tanjiro Kamado in Demon Slayer. Yeah, the main character.
The main character, Slayer. Yes.
Yeah. Appari Serrano in Appari Ranman.
Appari Ranman.
And Enrique Adelbide in The Holy Grail of Eris. Yes, the Coco and Kufri played the same character in an anime from last season.
Yep.
So I just saw that funny. Arkome is played by Hibiku Yamamura. There it was.
Yamamura, yeah.
He played Kirara Amanogawa in Precure, and some minor roles in New Game, including the mother of the main character in that. Itsuki Mitsutagawa in Slade, in Shadowverse Flame. Two characters. Basically, one's a human, one's a little buddy creature thing. Haneru Emi in Ponomichi, and Yuna Yunis in The Legendary Hero is Dead. Tetia is played by Kurumi Haruki, and this, along with one minor character in this anime, which one of the little boys in the first episode, is literally her own role.
Wow. Brand new VA.
Yep. And Rike, I don't know. Yeah. Is played by Hika Tsukishiro, who's played Chika Suzugamori in Zatsutabi, that's Journey, the main character in that.
Yep.
And Alma in Alma-chan Wants to Be a Family. She's also, if I recall, also pretty new. She doesn't have a whole lot. Yeah, other than that, she has very minor voice credits, including actually a very minor role in Holy Grail of Eris as well.
I think Shangri-La.
Yeah, very
minor.
Very minor role, to the point of not even a picture.
Yep.
That's all four of them.
That's all four of them.
Yeah, so first one, mixed bag. Second one, weird but fun. Third one, also mixed bag, but kind of lower tier of things. Yeah. And then Witch Atelier is, just fantastic all around.
Absolutely fantastic.
It'd have to really screw up in the last, later part of the season to not suck or something.
Yeah, it would have to pull like a Wonder Egg or something.
Yeah, I hope not.
Hope not.
Well, from what I've seen, it wouldn't, at least story-wise. Or pulls a Whispering You a Love Song, which is the production is utter, nightmare.
Oh.
And, it goes to crap.
Yeah, that would also suck.
Regardless, yeah, that's the season's anime quick look, small thing, whatever you want to call it. So we're at the end of this episode. I hope you liked it, and if you did, you can check out other episodes at newtoweeboo.libsyn.com, spelled Labsyn, if you want to check that out. They're also listed elsewhere, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and Amazon. So, search for We New to Weeboo and any of those as well if you want to subscribe via those methods. And you can also contact us via email, newtoweeboo@gmail.com, if you have any questions, comments, or anime recommendations or whatnot. We always appreciate that. And also, you could also follow us on our various social medias, newtoweeboo.libsyn.com/contact is where it's all listed if you want to follow on your thing of choice. So that's it for the month of April. Yep, we're done. So tune in next time. It'll be May, and we'll be talking about the My Hero Academia epilogue.
The epilogue, the single
special episode final thing.
A very special episode.
No, not quite that. Yeah, we'll talk about that, and probably also the series as a whole. Even though we kind of did it before, I want to do that again because I feel like I didn't quite do it quite right last time. But regardless, should have time for the series as a whole because then there will be the end.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's the best time to do it.
Yeah. So, take care of yourselves. Keep safe. Stay strong. And we shall see you next time.
We shall. Bye.